Well, welcome back to Ranger Dog Training. Today we're not going to have like a training video. We're going to just talk about first day you get your dog, what you need to do. We got to think about it is we're bringing in a dog into our household that we don't know. We don't know their history of it. You know, he's a rescue dog that he's coming into our home. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to limit their exposure to the house and limit their exposure to all the new people. So for the first day, we're just going to let them decompress, calm down. Important that you like to do is, I want you to do is put a leash on the dog. Put on a leash on the dog, drag it around. If you want a shorter leash so he doesn't trip over it, put a shorter leash. This gives you the option of grabbing the leash instead of grabbing the dog, because the dog is nervous. He's in a new house, new environment, new smells, and doesn't know what's going on. So think about every new person that rescues a dog and brings him into homes. You know, they feel sorry, and we have a great dog, and as being human, we want to buy them all the toys, the treats, everything we can get for him, but it can be too overwhelming for the dog. We want to give them love and pets and cuddles and everything. It can be too overwhelming with the dog, because we don't know if the dog has been a dog that's been in the backyard, been in a crate all the time, has no socializations. So you're going to have to get to know this dog. I see a lot of times clients will call me up. It's like, my dog is growling at me because I'm trying to take him off the couch. I let my dog sleep on the bed, but then he started to growl at me. We gave too much to that dog in the beginning. So what you need to do is, you just think about it, is if someone came to your house, a stranger, and they're coming to stay with you, you just don't let them come to your house and sleep in the bed with you, because you don't really know them. Let them go get all the food that they want. You just don't know them. They're still a little bit of a stranger. You're building that relationship. It's just like a dog. We're building a relationship with your dog little by little. So first step is just calm, relax. I know we want to hug on the dog. We want to do everything, give him all the toys he wants and everything, but take it slower, because I talk to a lot of clients is a lot of times we give so much affection it confuses the dog and they're not sure what's going on. Now, I'm not saying not to give your dog affection and love. We all love our dogs, and that's why we've gotten a dog. But give them affection at the right time. You know, a lot of times you'll see the dog is nervous, and then the person's going, "It's okay, it's okay, it's okay," or it's barking at somebody, "It's okay, it's okay, it's okay." Someone's at the door, "It's okay, it's okay." But what we're doing is we're reinforcing that action. Every time I'm nervous, I get pet. Every time I bark, I get pet. Every time I growl, I get pet. And it just confuses the dog too much. So we want to give that praise is when they're calm and they're relaxed, and then, you know, nothing's going on. That's when we give our praise. So we want to work with the dog in many different ways. Is the dog comes in your house, he has to earn his freedom. He has to earn his food. Think about a dog. If he's out in the wilderness and he has to hunt for his food, he has to work for it. He has to work for all his food. He has to grab everything. So what I suggest people is take their food and don't feed it in their bowl in the beginning. Don't feed it in the bowl. Make them work for it, you know. So you could get a little baggie and you put their food in it, and they put their food in the baggie and just carry it around. The dog comes to me, good job, you give them a couple pieces. And then the dog comes to you and they sit, good job, give him some piece. You're out in the yard and he comes to you, good job. And then so he has to earn the food. You know, we're not going to provide it, but if he doesn't come to you, he doesn't get any food. The restaurant closes. So think about, restaurant closes, he goes, oh, what's going on? So you go on a walk, he walks with you, give him some food. He comes and he stays with you, good job. If he comes back to you when you're walking, good job. And you go through all those different stages that he has to earn his food. He has to earn his toy. You know, just like we work for our jobs, you know, to get a paycheck. We work to get a bonus. Sometimes, you know, jobs give out trips and all that kind of stuff. Same with the dog. He works for his food. You know, he gets his water. Water, I'm going to say, just always having that down. Toys, treats. those things. But the two things is water is essential. So we always put that water down, and food is essential. He has to work for it. So using his food to build that relationship. Oh, I come to that person to get my food. Now you're worth more than just taking the food and putting it down and just let him eat twice a day. Okay, you get to eat. Or just leave the food down all day. There's your food. You can eat whenever you want. You can have as much as you want. Just eat it, whatever you want. You're not worth as much. I call it you're the Pez dispenser. Just give the food, Pez dispenser. He presses a button, he gets more food. He presses a button, he gets more food. But if he has to work for it, oh, this is the person that provides my food. I always tell my clients, there's three things to think about, dogs think about when they wake up. And everybody gets food, yes. Then they'll say potty, play, and toys, but they don't think about that, But when they wake up and say they were in the wilderness, they're going to think about what I'm going to eat, where am I going to sleep, and who's out to get me or even kill me. We have to think as an animal. A lot of times we humanize this dog, and the dog is humanized and he just gets confused and doesn't understand everything. So we're going to take it slowly that we can communicate to the dog as a dog. That's why some people get a trainer to help them out to understand this. But if you start with your dog in the beginning and just start using food as, oh, okay, that's the person that gives me food, and then you give him structure. No, I'm not going to let him run around all over the house. He's either got to stay on me with leash, he's got to stay on his bed, or he's going to stay in his crate. As he gets better with our relationship, we can build more freedom. And myself being in the military, as a private, we didn't have as much freedom. And as we went up in our ranks, we got more freedoms and we were able to tell people what to do. So your dog coming in the house as a private doesn't have any freedom. Can't run around the house. Can't do that. You could show them, you could walk them around, but no. Because most times dogs, when they get into trouble, when they're out on their own, that's when they chew stuff up, or they pee in a corner, or they growl at someone. They have to be with you all the time. And it's very important when you get a dog. These are things you're going to have to think about. Am I ready for this dog? Do I have time this week or this day that I can get the dog? I always tell people, I says, if you're going to adopt a dog and you have the weekend off, get the dog on a Friday. So you have all weekend to slowly build that relationship with your dog. Build that relationship. Or if but especially now, time we're filming this, there's COVID going on, a lot of people work from home, is get the dog that you know that you're going to have time to basically walk with the dog and all that, teach the dog rules in the house, and we're going to slowly introduce them. We don't want to slam it, nope, you can't do this, nope, you can't do this. I work rescues and I get calls all the time, the dog's growling at us, and it's only been there one day. Well, he was up on the couch, the dog's growling at us. He was on the bed, the dog's resource guarding. He had a toy, a bone, and all that. He shouldn't have any of that. He has to earn all that stuff. And as it goes on, you can read your dog a little bit better. He can understand you a little bit better. He can trust you. You're going to steal this away from me? Because they might be still in survival mode. And then you might have some dogs that come in the house, boom, no problem. But give them time to learn that. So we talked about using the food as, building that relationship. Let them work for their food. It's the best thing I can tell you to do is take their food. So you put the food down, they can eat it, but take half of it, put it in a bag throughout the day. Good job, you came to me, boom. Oh, you sat, boom. You don't have to give him the commands, he does it. Just give it to him. That he's engaged with you, that you give him the food. Another good thing is if you're out in the yard, put a long line on him. It could be a rope or anything. That he's out in the yards, and then if he blows you off and he can call you back, he can call you back, that he comes back to you. But if he doesn't come back to you, you have that leash to bring him back. But if you're out in the yard and he comes back to you, you get that food, boom, keep on doing it, boom, boom. Even like when we board dogs here, especially as a new dog, we don't know, is we put them on a long line. because the dog's in a new place, he's scared, he doesn't know what's going on. That way he runs away. I just grab the leash and I pull it in. Good job. And then I can bring, and after a couple days or so, he knows us, he's used to the place. He knows when he goes to his kennel, he's fine. But he earns that freedom. Even if he's coming to us just for boarding, we do the same process. He earns a freedom. Come with me, sit. So we know about keeping a leash on a dog. And some dogs are a few days, a week. But I always suggest at least do it for a week. Give them more structure in the household. And use the food to help build that relationship, because they work for food. And we can go over other things like using different types of collars. There's collars that you could have. There's flat buckle collar, which I call as a Gucci collar. That's where they put their bling. They can back out of those in a heartbeat. I always suggest people try to get a martingale collar. It'll cinch down a little bit if they try to back out. They still can, but it's less that. I don't like choke chains. We don't like choke chains because people will have to know how to use them properly, and some trainers don't even know how to use them properly. Some people use a head halter that goes on the nose of the dog that can control them. Some people like harnesses. I don't use them really that much. If you do get a harness that's has a latch or a clip in the front, which knocks them off balance. Don't get the harnesses with the clip in the back, because think about it, is a harness is going onto the strongest part of the dog's body. We think we got more control of it, but now they can pull harder. They can pull hard. If you use a martingale collar or a slip lead or even a pinch collar or even a remote collar, it's going to go high up in the dog's neck, and we can control it a lot easier with a lot less pressure. So those are different tools. I always suggest people is maybe get with a trainer to help you. Do 4 classes or at least 1 class with them, and learn about these different things. Reading dogs' body languages. Learn how to read a dog's body language. Dogs communicate 4 ways. The 4 ways they communicate is number one is 60% is their nose. They communicate by smelling. They can smell if you're nervous or scared. This is when we use service dogs. They can smell stuff, and that's what they do. By their body language, how the body is held, is their tail up, their chest tight, their ears down. Everything means something different. So, and their tone of voice. So they can have a certain bark, a certain growl. It means something different, and this is how dogs communicate. And then touch. Dogs touch each other in a different way. It's the same if we go up to a dog and he's not used to us and we touch him a certain way. Is it what we should communicate to the dog or not? And that's why I said with affection, we want to do it as earned, so we pet the dog correctly, and we know their body language is ready for me to pet them. There's a lot of times people think about what they do is they go up to the dog and here they come and they put their hand right in the dog's face. Well, if someone did that to you, you're going to go, what are you doing? A dog could smell you from across the yard. They could smell who you are. So I tell if you're going to greet a dog, you just walk up and let the dog kind of come up, and they smell you, and they're going like this, and they're comfortable around you. Then you can see if you can pet them, but pet them down on the butt, down on the rump there. Just scrub them down there. You're keeping your hands away from the face. Good. Take your hand away. If they want more pets, they're going to move into you. Hey, I want more pets. And then you can start seeing how the dog reacts. But recap is when the dog comes to your house, first day, first week, some dogs, it'll take a month for them to kind of get used to it. Keep that structure in the house. Don't give them too much freedom. Have them on a leash. Make them work for their food. Make them work for their toys. Do not have the toys all over the house. Put them away. Make that toy something special for them. When we have, toy comes out, good job, sit. All right. Excuse me. You earned that toy. But if it's just down, it's not worth anything. It's the same with food. If it's down, it's not worth anything. Then you can get some resource garden. Oh, what's this person trying to take my food? I don't know who you are. If you were in a restaurant, someone came up to you, and you're sitting down to eat, and they had their fork, and they start sticking in your plate, you're going to go, Get away from me. My dog's growling at me when I go to his food bowl to, I go down to his food bowl. Don't go down to his food bowl while he's eating. Leave him alone. Yep. And you'll start building that. Socialization with the dogs is very slowly. Take it slowly. Do it through a fence if you have to. Especially some dogs just, it takes them a while to learn to be social. Some dogs don't get along with every dog. Some people don't get with every people. So you're going to take it slowly. Do it through a fence. If you have a neighbor has a dog, do it through a fence. And then take them on long walks. They don't have to meet with each other. And boom. And then once you feel comfortable, they're acting fine, you could take them into a neutral area and keep the leash on them. Drop the leash. And see how they think. That way you have the leash to grab. Excuse me again. You can grab that leash and take them away. But socialization, boom. But you bought a dog to be a companion for you. A lot of times if I'm out in public, I want my dog to be with me. It's not your dog. So a lot of times I even tell people, oh, I want to pet your dog, and they come running up. I say, stop. My dog's in training right now. Don't pet my dog. Because sometimes you have people pet your dog the wrong way, and they get in their face and they come over them, and then your dog snaps at them. If it bites them, then you might have a lawsuit, or they're calling animal control. This dog bit me and all that. I'm going to keep my dog safe. It's still an animal. Sometimes I tell people, think about your dog. This is a lion, and how you're going to act around this lion. You're going to be cautious. You're going to say, okay, I need to do this, I need to do that, and then build up to it. So same with the dog, it's an animal. So go through all these paces really slow, and then go through and say, this is what I need from my dog. This is how I want to build that relationship. You go on dates, right? And you go on that date now, and date one, you kind of get to know each other. Date two, you get to know each other a little bit more, and then you start going out more often, and then so then you start building that relationship, and you start knowing each other. That's the same thing with the dog. Day one, when you get the dog, which is kind of awkward, and you don't know what to say to the dog. So just real quiet. You don't have to talk to the dog a lot. Just let him around the house. Have that leash on it. Let him go to the bed. Lay down. And if he wants to come, you grab that leash. Let's go. Teach your dog crate training. We'll have videos on, and you can do that. But while you're here, I want you to comment below in the video. Comment below on some questions that you have that we didn't hit on, because we're going to kind of break this up, and I don't want these videos to get too long. So comment below, and also if you like these videos, give us a thumbs up. It helps us with our YouTube algorithm. They push it out a little bit more, the more thumbs up we get, and hit that subscribe button, so that way you don't miss out on any videos. So I appreciate y'all coming in. If you ever need help, my information will be below if you're here in Georgia, but you can reach out to me and ask me a question. Type them in the comments, but just keep it simple. It's very simple. It's very minimal letting the dog in your house. Don't let him run around. Don't let him. It's very slow. You come to my house, you're not allowed on my bed right yet. You're not allowed on my couch. You're not allowed on chairs. You're going to earn it. You're going to go very slowly. But you have to also give that dog respect, that you're not popping him like crazy, pulling him off the leash. It's gently, come on, good job. And this is where you have that food to help you out. Good, you came off, now you get rewarded. Now you go to your bed. Now you get a reward for staying in your bed. You're walking nicely with me. Now you get it rewarded. You come up to me and sit. Good, now you get rewarded. So they work for it just like we work for our bonuses. I hope this helped you out. Make sure you checked out the other videos. If you haven't checked number one, we'll have the link in the videos in the description below, or we'll have a little key card up above. Go to watch those videos, and I look forward to seeing you all here again. Make sure you answer your questions below, and we will see you in the next video.